Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I fucked that up. Using Rumble Studios internal canvas for the first time. Nah, screw it. We're gonna do this right. Get out. Get out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talking Shop. Here is your host, ComixDad.
What's going on, everybody? ComixDad here, and welcome to a special Saturday edition of Talkin' Shop. We don't normally do this. If you're new to the channel, or if you're not new to the channel, if you've been here before, you know that we normally do this on Thursdays. But we're doing this on a Saturday because my guest, he is a very busy man, and time is very important to him. And also, Queen Comics' wife is at work, so I'm just, I got free time to spare. So here we are on a Saturday night. For those of you who are aware, and even those of you who aren't aware, obviously my name's ComixDad. I love comics, but I especially love supporting indie comics. And tonight my guest is an indie comic writer and creator, co-owner of Zaid Comics. They put out a bunch of good stuff, stuff that falls into kind of like the mystical and magical and supernatural a little bit, but they also have a weird Western that is out currently. They are currently doing pre-orders for issue number 2 of it, and we are excited to talk about that and all their stuff. But one part of Zaid Comics is here with me tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, I give you Phill Diaz.
With it. Yes, get on with it.
Get on with it. What's going on, Phill?
Hello again. What's up, everybody? Thank you for having me, Mr. ComixDad.
Oh, please, Mr. ComixDad is well, no, because my dad wasn't really didn't really understand me reading comics, but that's a therapy session. This is not what that is. So. No, and then real quick, we're just gonna say hi to my boy Raging Wolf in the chat. He's I think he's the only one. Let me check all the other chats because we are live on Blaze Stream and on Kick as well as YouTube and Rumble tonight. And John Ambler as well just popped in real quick. Said, "Hail Comics out of chat, stopping by to say hi." John, thank you so much for being here, brother. Raging Wolf, you my guy. Also, real quick, Raging Wolf and I were going to be doing a stream sometime late tomorrow afternoon, early evening. We're going to probably play some Halo and just bullshit about all sorts of stuff, gaming,
Nice.
Comics, current events, literally anything we just want to complain about. So, but Phill, thank you so much for being here, brother. And for those who are not aware of who you are and of what Zaid Comics is, just give a quick little overview on that if you don't mind, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of all this.
Yeah, I'm the writer at Zaid Comics, also I guess co-creator with my brother Brandon. We've been making comics for, I guess crowdfunding comics for like 7 years now, maybe 6 years. And then we had a very short stint right after I graduated high school in like 2012 of doing incredibly independent comics, like super guerrilla comics where they were photographs of myself and my friends and then photoshopped to look like a comic book. So we took those to some cons back in the day, 2013, 2014. And then we took a large break and then got back into it in 2019 with Magic Cop, which was our first book that we did. And then we haven't stopped since. Now we're printing our own comics. So all of the
that surprised me. That surprised me. I heard you say that when you were on a Michael Bancroft stream the other week for launching the pre-order for Man with No Strings too. But yeah, that I was surprised to hear you guys are doing your own in-house printing. How in the world did you guys come about making that decision, and also then just getting your hands on a machine that can do it?
Right, yeah, it was all very serendipitous. Like, Brandon and I work for this huge arcade out in the Chicagoland area called the Galloping Ghost Arcade, which has been a big driving force for us create creatively. The boss really encouraged us to do our first stint in comics back in 2013, and over the years, just the company growing, we had taken over a print shop, and we could print vinyl wraps and signs, and we do all of the artwork for the new refurbishing of the arcade games in
Okay.
house because of this. And one of the machines there, we figured out like a year and a half ago, that it could print comics. And when we can print on newsprint now, we could print blank sketch covers, which we've been doing, which have been pretty popular. And the machine folds and staples the books as they come out, and all we have
Oh,
to do is
really?
trim them. Yeah.
Oh, geez. That I well, and because that's a lot of that's typically like I guess the biggest cost for most of the people that are out here crowdfunding their own indie comics and stuff. I mean, obviously they gotta pay their artists, which, by the way, everybody pay your artists. Very important. Make sure you
Yes,
pay
I
your
got I
artists.
got that I got that t-shirt. Yeah.
but also just like the other big cost is printing. Like, and the fact that you guys are able to just do it in house. I mean, if it hasn't paid for itself by now, it's gonna soon.
Oh yeah,
So
it's crazy because that it's a huge overhead cost printing, and it's made it possible for us to put more titles out on a regular pace to hopefully one day compete with the stuff that is coming out in shops, because now we know how to print this stuff, format everything, and cut it and ship it out. Like, hopefully we could start distributing this stuff to stores if they were interested. So I think that's kind of like the next game plan in the crosshairs for Zaid Comics, is doing that. But yeah, it's been awesome. It's been such a blast learning all of this and then becoming even more independent.
well, and I mean, and I think that's kind of the true goal in independent is like being fully independent. Like, you do your own printing now, and I like as long as if you can get your artists in house at that point. I mean, either that or if
That'd
you
be
guys, I don't
crazy.
know about you and your brother Brandon, like if your guys' art skills are halfway there, like
Yeah.
maybe invest in some art classes, or like have a couple of your artists like, hey, what do you do? So okay, cool, and then you just bring them in once in a while, and you have
We're
everything
doing
in house at
so
that
much
point. Like,
already. I couldn't do, I would much rather invest in an amazing artist like Oliver, and the guys that we work with. But I
oh,
mean,
for sure.
another thing we're looking into is publishing other creator owned books,
Oh, okay.
so that's
Uh,
something that may interest us.
and then real quick in the chat, Mr. Drunk 3PO himself says, shout out Phill.
Yo,
Yo, Jay, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thank
what's
you
up,
for
Jay? Hope
being
you're
here,
doing
man.
well.
I
Good
didn't
to
know
see
you
you.
knew Jay.
Yeah, just through the sphere of comics online.
Good
Yeah.
stuff, man. Look at that. Look at that. Both I got big people. I got Phill here. I got Jay here. I got John Ambler here. Raging Wolf. Bunch of big people coming in and humbling me. My wife will probably hop in the chat at some point. She'll come in here and definitely humble me a little bit. But no, man, it's so what kind of I guess what was your initial introduction to comics? Because obviously this wanting to make your own and comes from a love of comics, and your love of comics had to start somewhere, man. So like where did all that come from? Where did that start? What got you into like, hey, this is what I love, these stories are what I love, this medium is something I want to invest my time in, just as a person and as a fan, not even necessarily as a business owner.
Yeah, I grew up in the, I guess, early 2000s, late 90s. I was born in 93, so I'm 32. I'll be 33 this year. And I was a big watcher of those early animated superhero shows like X-Men animated series,
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man. Remember
Yup.
those when I was really young, and then the Bruce Timm Batman stuff, but mostly the Justice League Unlimited. So those, especially Justice League Unlimited, those were shows that got me hooked into the superhero medium genre and then led me into comics. I loved Comic Cons when I was young. You go into Wizard World Chicago. I remember going to the first C2E2 um, and dressing up as Two Face before cosplay was even a word, I think, before I ever heard it.
Nice.
And dressed up as the Shadow. My brother dressed up as Space Ghost and Scarecrow when I was Two Face. So I just love the fantasy of it all, and really gravitated towards characters and specifically books or shows that had like an eclectic range of characters. Like I loved the X-Men because
Mhm.
of how different they were from each other, from their personalities, their looks, designs, and powers, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
for sure.
then I started playing City of Heroes, which was like a early MMO, you know, massive multiplayer online game where you can create your own character. And I would just create a character, not even get to level 10, and then create a new character. And just, I had that like ADD of, you know, obsessing about different looks and characters and ideas and personalities.
I'm the
So I,
same way when it comes to like character any game that has like deep character customization. I am
yes,
the same way. It'll
yeah.
take me probably 10 tries until I'm like, okay, this is who I want to play as.
Yeah, so
Just
I think
because
that's,
there's so many different ideas I got.
if you read our series, The Lost Pages, which is more of our kind of superhero genre series, it had like even the first book has it's more of an anthology, the first book. So it has 5 different stories that are all interconnected about 5 different super characters.
Mhm.
So like that series, it was really my kind of sandbox of creativity character wise. And I love characters, and that led into my love for story and comic books. Big admirer of mythology, like Greek mythology,
Okay.
and uh, and I took some short story writing classes at a community college and just fell in love with. I've always been, you know, kind of like a daydreamer of like thinking up scenarios and
Yeah.
what, you know, it's very inventive and in my own head growing up. So when I did get into comics and like actually actively reading them, it was something that I really wanted to pursue. And then just my parents were super supportive of it. My work environment is very supportive of creativity, and I just decided to take, you know, the jump that first time to put something out with my brother early on, and then when the idea of Magic Cop hit, and I saw how books were doing in crowdfunding, we just gave that a shot. You know, with him doing the art and then me writing.
And it seems like, especially for, because I mean you said you're 32, I'm 34, so it seems
Mhm.
like our age bracket, like a lot of people that I've talked to within like I guess the 30 to 40 range,
Yeah,
a lot of people's interest in the comics was definitely those like let's call it what they are. They were goaded, the goaded animated series of the
yeah. Oh,
90s.
for sure.
um and I think like that's something that we need more of. Like X-Men 97 is definitely a good foray back into it, cuz like I mean, as you know, as I know, as the people watching probably know, I mean, the comic book industry as a whole hasn't necessarily been super strong over the last couple of decades, but I
Hmm.
do feel indie comics is getting stronger and stronger month over month, year over year. Because I mean, there's people like you and Von Coleman and Irene who does Fiendish, and you got Ripaverse and Drunk 3PO who's doing stuff through Ripasend, and
Yeah,
like the indie comic scene is so strong right now, and it's only getting stronger. Like Michael Bancroft, who we mentioned earlier, there's so many people I can mention really that's doing great stuff in indies. Like I feel like between that and then the creator owned publishers, so like Dynamite, Image, like they're definitely helping rise the tide. But DC and Marvel need to kind of start pulling their weight again.
Yeah.
And
Well, I do think right now that specifically DC has looked to the indies to find what is making books work, and that is creators really putting their passion into the work.
mhm,
And before, the last 20 years, when you're working for like the corporation, you're probably holding back from putting all into that. But seemingly what they're doing with the absolute line, it's really injecting that vigor back into the industry as a whole. These
that's
look
true.
like it looks like these are creators that are working on characters they want to work on and giving them more incentives to do so. So I think it's helping everything.
And I just hope that that translates to people saying like, hey, because I mean, Marvel more or less is kind of, they're flatlining pretty hard for the most part, at least in my opinion. And DC, like you said, with the absolute line is overall is doing really well and people are enjoying it. I mean, I'm not the biggest DC reader, I'm not the biggest DC fan, but like absolute is really the only thing out of DC in a while too that like I've even heard anybody be excited about for the most part. So like I'm just hoping that with people flocking to comic stores and even online retailers and stuff like that to buy Absolute, I'm hoping that they're then expanding, especially if like I don't know if you guys do like was it like retailer bundles and stuff to like try to promote your books to for retailers to buy and sell into their stores. But
Right.
like hopefully this wave of people that's getting excited about Absolute gets people into shops and everything, and then they see hopefully the shops are supporting their local and even not local indie creators and stuff. Because indie is the future, man. It really is. If anything has taught us if we've learned anything, I guess I should say, over these last even just over these last 5 years, is that indie is definitely the future because there is no, like, you never know what's going to happen with either one of the big two. I mean, like, look at Marvel; they were top dog, and now, I mean, yes, they still hold a good chunk of the market share, but nobody holds them in high regard for the most part nowadays. Like, so it's the time for indies, man. And you're doing great work. Your brother's doing great work. The artists you got working for you. And then
Thank
real
you.
quick, Buzz Acevedo is in the chat. What's going on, Buzz?
What's up, Buzz?
What's
Good to
going
see you,
on,
man.
Morrow? Am I reading that right? Mara? I can't tell if that's an A or an O there.
Moromi.
Maromi. Okay. I was
Yes.
going to say Morrow MJ because that I looks like a J to me too. So, don't get old, Phil. I know I'm only 2 years
I'm
older than you, but
trying.
don't get
I'm
old.
trying.
Your
Yeah, I'm
eyesight's going to
trying.
go like mine. But let's hop over because I got the
Ooh,
store
look
page
at
pulled
that.
up already.
Hell yeah.
Zaid Comics. So obviously, this is what I mentioned to you earlier. Man with No Strings is your guys' newest title, and it is awesome. It is phenomenal. You're currently doing pre-orders for it right now, and
Thank
we'll
you so
get
much.
to that.
Yeah.
But you mentioned a little bit about the Lost Pages and a little bit about Magic Cop, but I do
Yes.
want to hear a little bit more about those and kind of how they came to be and what people can expect from them. So we'll start with Lost Pages.
Yeah, definitely. So, Lost Pages, like I said, it's if you guys love superheroes.
Oh, I didn't realize you weren't on the scene. That was my bad.
Oh, all good.
I'm so
Yeah.
used to having the other studio in EV Mux with everything ready to go. And I'm using, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, when you saw the chat really weird and like kind of moving around in the middle of the screen, I was trying to find a good spot for it. I'm using Rumble's internal studio.
Yes.
And it is here, we'll turn that off so people can see our faces too. It's
Ooh.
it's it's okay, but it's got a little bit of a ways to go. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out.
but anyway,
It looks cool. Yeah, so Lost Pages is if you guys love superheroes, this is a long running tale. I think we have 3 volumes out right now, and we're working on the 4th one. In fact, the original book that my brother and I did before we did crowdfunding back in 2012, it was called The Silhouette. So the Silhouette is a main character of the Lost Pages series now. So since I did those books, and while I, took a break and was going to school, I was writing short stories about these and coming up with other characters that were in this universe with the Silhouette. And I had written some short stories with him, and then sprang out the Masquerade and Crimstone and Wildcard that make up this big universe of interconnected stories, tales that have been lost through time. And in this series, there is one man, he's a hobo, who has this book, this giant like tome grimoire of lost pages, and it's the story of time itself. And he's the only one that can read it. And in the first book, people try to steal it from him, but for most of that volume 1, he's recounting these stories to other homeless people, and that's where we learn of all these characters. That's the interconnective webbing of the tales. And then volume 2 is just about the Silhouette. It goes into each character one at a time, so to try to build like a connection with the reader and these characters, because introducing a bunch of characters right off the bat is very hard thing to make concise and coherent. So yeah, there's the Silhouette. That guy is El Dorado. He's the villain of this story.
Okay.
He gets the bottom of his face blown off by this Aztec amulet, and his bones are coated gold.
I was gonna say, did I just see his jaw shimmer there?
Yes, yeah. So I don't think I have a copy, but we crowdfunded this, and the last stretch goal was to get gold foil printed on the cover. So the letters at the top, his eyes, his tattoos, and his mouth are gold foil. It was mind blowing when we first saw it. It was kick ass.
Oh, that is wild. That is absolutely badass.
Yeah. So we got really good reception on that. We have some supporting characters from the series in this volume as well. There's El Dorado there. The Silhouette stories are pretty cool and different because they're mostly in black and white, but with red and gold for El Dorado, like spot color. And then there's Crim, who makes an appearance in this volume.
And then real quick, just shout out Michael Bancroft. What's going on, Mr. Bancroft, sir?
Mike.
I have your books in hand. They are in my list. Or not in my list. They're in my stack right over here of like all indie stuff that I've backed or purchased off of websites and stuff. I gotta start getting through them. But once I do, I'll be sure to reach out. We'll talk. We'll do something like this. I also need to start making videos again. Like, dude, I have so many review videos I need to do. Like, I was fortunate I had time to do the ones that I did for Man with No Strings, but like I need to get my hands on Lost Pages. I need to get my hands on Magic Cop. So once I do, I got to do reviews for those. I got reviews for Lucent that I have to do. I have reviews for Mythicals by Hojo. I got review for Phenomenova 3 I got to do. Like I got so many freaking reviews I got to do, man. And I don't have time.
Story.
What was that?
You're spoiled with all these stories.
I know, man. Well, that, and then also I want to do like there's a lot of good stuff coming out of like Image and Dynamite right now too. So like I want to do review like all of that stuff. I don't want to review any of the big two stuff. I just want to review all the awesome like indie stuff and creator owned stuff. But I don't have enough time. I'm out of the house 11 hours a day. I'm surprised I have time to do this with you right now, even though it's a Saturday. Like so like because normally I'm like even on a Saturday, even though I don't work Sundays, like right about now is usually when I'll start getting hit with just a week's worth of exhaustion. But like I'm going strong right now. It hasn't hit yet, fortunately. But like I gotta make all sorts of videos. But anyway.
I actually have a copy here of Volume 2. Bancroft is requesting that I show it to you because you have the here's
look at that. That is friggin' awesome, dude.
Yeah, so cool. Preston Acevedo did the cover, and the foil turned out better than anyone imagined. So rad.
That is badass, man. And then let's see, where are we at in the shop here? So we got Lost Pages 3. This is volume 3, I'm assuming, or is
this... volume 3. This was, I don't know, a lot of people seem to think this is our best yet, which I loved the story. This one's all about the big purple guy, Krim,
Yup.
and his best friend Jasmine, who's there down below. So Jazz is like this biker babe who has this super strong imaginary friend, Krim. He lives in her head, and
He's an imaginary friend.
yes, yeah. So
Oh,
in volume
okay.
one, in the first volume, you actually see her when she's like a young girl, and he's this like little gangly imaginary friend just there to make her laugh. But as she grows up, she forgets about him, and he gets like locked away in her head, fighting all of her inner demons. And then she transforms her body, like she becomes a badass when she's older, and then tragedy strikes in her life, and that kind of breaks her mentally, and she starts seeing him again, but he's jacked and he wants to fight everybody.
Yo.
So they have a really cool dichotomy, and in this story they've been kind of like crime fighters for a little while now, but
Okay.
she's being hunted down, and gets sedated. They do tests on her, and then he gets trapped back in her head, and he has to like fight his way out, which is
Oh
pretty
wow.
cool. Yeah.
It just like, I guess, fighting through like all of her traumas and stuff like that kind of deal, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
Fighting through her psyche.
it's really cool to see how they manifest. Like that big guy in the
Yeah, I don't want to use.
background.
I'm just like, you don't have to answer that. By the
Yeah.
way, like that's just where my mind goes to, because obviously I want people to buy this and read it. I
Yeah.
will with the first chance I get.
Awesome.
But it's the concept, especially for these two, are like, it's really cool and interesting, and it kind of reminds me. You know that Ryan Reynolds movie that came out a couple years ago? I think it was called If.
Yes, yeah, I didn't see that, but yeah, that came out right when I think this was being crowdfunded, which is
Yeah,
hilarious.
it kind of gives me a little bit of a vibe of that, except
Yeah.
it's like jacked up on steroids.
For sure. Yeah,
Which is awesome.
definitely. Krim and Jazz, I think, are probably our most popular Lost Pages characters right
Yeah.
now.
I could see it. I mean, I need to get them all and read them all, but like, I definitely front runner in my mind,
Yeah.
just based on aesthetics alone.
Mhm.
Like, and every character is going to have their own different aesthetics, and because you have different themes for the characters, everything too, obviously. But yeah, I mean, Krim is definitely like, that's the first thing that draws an eye, because he's just this massive, big,
Yeah.
purple, hulking beast of a dude. So
Yeah, I love him. He's so cool.
and then before we get into Magic Cop, I saw this, and I was really, because I was a little, I was both pleasantly surprised, but also a little disappointed, because I saw that the People's Ash Can was sold out.
Yes.
So like, and it sounded interesting to me, but I want, if you can, just go real quick into the People and what you got going on with that story.
For sure. Actually, if you go back, the book next to it is the People 1 and 2 together. Back to the main page. Yeah.
Too many tabs open.
Right there. The one to the left, that blank right there, the People blank sketch cover. So yeah, the People was a mini series that we're still doing. With every Lost Pages campaign, we had since I believe Lost Pages 2, we did an issue of the People as an Ash Can. So the People is another character in the universe. He has no powers. He's kind of like our mix between like Casey Jones and Daredevil.
Okay.
So by day, he's a courtroom sketch artist, and by night, he goes out and kicks the asses of the guys that pay their way out of jail. So he's ex-military. He, paints his face with the American flag. He's got this kick-ass trick baseball bat, which he uses as a grappling hook as well.
And the nice little, I see the "We the People" etched into the side of the bat. That's a nice little touch there.
He also has the preamble tattooed on his back, so it's the continuation of that.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, I mean, that's literally how I came up with this character. I saw like a image of the Constitution rolled up, and it all it said was "We the People." And when I saw it for like 2 seconds, I thought it was a baseball bat I was looking at because of the color and the shape of it. So I'm like, oh, what if there is a badass? And then it all just fell into play for here. So if you guys love, Frank Miller's Daredevil and that kind of storytelling as well, Um, Definitely check this out. We're still, I think there's going to be 2 more issues after this.
Okay.
It's just kind of like on hiatus because I have so much stuff I'm writing and working on.
Oh,
But
for sure, man.
I love this one. Dan Dahl, Avery Butterworth, who worked on this, they just killed it on this series. Pretty gritty.
Yep. And Buzz in the chat said Lost Pages is still the best indie comic I've read since 2017.
Oh,
And Mike Bancroft says the people is Phil's best character, darker, deeper story.
thank you guys. Thank you.
And then
Appreciate it.
Moromi says kind of like Body Count.
Yeah, in fact, he's referencing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles body count.
Okay.
Probably the reason you're saying that, Maromi, is this cover is an homage to the body count cover. And that character, the silhouette, he appears in issue 2 of The People as well. So there you get that sense of cohesiveness and crossover in the little universe here for the Lost Pages.
And also TC just hopped into the chat. What's going on? TC says
What's up, TC?
It's the homie Phill.
What's up?
So everybody's showing out for Phill tonight. I love when I get guests that already have built-in audience.
Yeah, make sure
come on over here. Not necessarily for them to subscribe, but like it's not even necessarily because of that. I mean, yes, obviously hit the like subscribe. But the reason why I say that is because like I like hearing the feedback from like the people that come over and read the stuff of the guests that I have on that are
sure
in indie comics as well. Because like it just and also this is a safe place, everybody. If there's something that you think you want to criticize Phill about, do it in this chat as well.
Gosh.
Don't go over to the Zaid Comics YouTube channel and do that. Do it here. This is a safe space. Even though I don't believe in safe spaces, this is a safe space for you guys. But no, I highly doubt anybody would have any criticisms for you guys.
I'll take it.
Of course, and that's the mark of a truly good writer and creator. But now, if Man with No Strings is anything that's or speaks to anything about the quality of the stories and everything else that you guys do, there should never be any complaints ever.
Thank you.
And there we go. Now we'll get over to Magic Cop. Now, Magic Cop has me the most intrigued just because there's a lot going on in just these covers.
Yes.
Obviously, you've got like an 80s Miami Vice type of deal going on with this. I'm assuming that's where a lot of the inspiration comes from.
Yeah, I mean, Magic Cop is all like concept. Anytime I pitch this to someone, they're like, that's just the dopest premise. It should be a cartoon. It's so cool. The funny way this came about is, Brandon and I work at a arcade company, an arcade production.
Yep.
And we reproduce the art and marquees. And my boss came into our office. My brother and I share an office, and he's like, hey, which marquee did you just print? And my brother couldn't think of the name, and he's like, I don't know, it was like Magic Cop or something. And that was like, it's not a game that exists. He just pulled it out of his head because it sounded similar to something. So we're like, Magic Cop is such a cool title, and what would that be? So we love Miami Vice. It's my dad's favorite show. We grew up watching it, and we loved the 80s aesthetic. This was during the time that like 80s was popping off again with Stranger Things had just started.
Yeah, because I think you said, around like 2014 or so? Was that where you guys got the initial inspiration for this?
A little bit after that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it's basically Miami Vice meets Halloween Town. The main character, especially in the first volume, is a brand new detective right out of the academy. So he's a wizard. His partner is a werewolf on the verge of retirement. You see the green chick is a witch down there. She's part of the crew. Her name's Helly.
Okay.
And in this first one, each volume is told as like an episode. So it's like episodic. So you could read them by themselves, and it wraps up at the end. So the first crime is this skeleton guy. His name's Bone Daddy-O. Is trafficking mermaids into the city and having them surgically given legs so they can become prostitutes for him.
Oh, jeez.
So it's silly, but it has that criminal procedural undertone to it, and we're actually working on volume 3 right now. We're gonna start releasing volume 3 as single issues.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and it's real quick. Let me hop back over to the chat. We've got TC said the dangling earring works for Phill. Can I criticize Phill for his taste in animation? I mean, if you're gonna criticize what got him into comics, like we said about the 90s comics animation, no, then you can't. Like I said,
No.
safe space, but not a safe space because I'll criticize you right back. But I don't know what Phil's taste in animation is in terms outside of that. But I mean, sure, go ahead, why not? Monomachus, if I'm saying that right, says comic looks awesome and is here hanging
Thank
out.
you.
Thank you so much for being here, Monomachus. Then Mike says he's getting too old for this shit.
Yes,
Probably
exactly.
meaning the werewolf.
Yeah.
And then Buzz says sometimes all you need is a name to be inspired. And then TC also said Magic Cop, the classic video game.
Yeah.
But no, I love that you said that it's very procedural. Because like kind of villain of the week or monster of the week procedural type of stuff, that's something also that I wish we had more of in comics too, because like that's especially with like the long drawn out storylines, like if you, even if it's not issue by issue, but if like if uh uh like comics that are mass produced and published, like a lot of them, if they could just give, even if it's like 2 issues at a time, I don't need a 6 issue story arc.
Sure.
Sometimes, depending upon the title, depending upon the aesthetic and the theming of the book and everything, sometimes it just works to have a longer story or story arc. But like just 1 or 2 issue like procedural villain of the week type of deals, like Magic Cop, essentially like a cop drama.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those I think would also help with bringing people into the comic space, because I think that's a big problem for new readers is that they just don't know where to start with a lot of stuff, especially if they're going to these bigger publishers. Like even with Image, like if somebody wants to go pick up Spawn, they don't know where to start with Spawn either. Like so definitely having something that's more procedural, more like, hey, you could just take this 1 issue at a time, not have to worry about where do I start. Like that's awesome stuff right there. So I'm glad that you guys are doing it, and I wish more people did that as well.
Yeah, we're definitely doing that going forward too, now that we can print our own stuff. So
Yeah.
It's been great. Yeah.
And I'm assuming being able to print your own stuff is also going to cut down on just production time as well, and from in between issues of all your different stuff you got going on.
Yeah, definitely. We don't have to wait, 2 months for a print run. We could literally do that in like a weekend.
Yeah. And then if it comes back and there's an issue, you don't like it, you got to send it back and then probably wait another month or 2 months for it to come back again. And
yeah, I mean,
around and around you go.
I could do print proofs like hourly if I wanted to. Like if I get sent a color or a cover and there's 2 options for the colors, I could go print them both, compare them, how they come out on the page, and I could tell the colorist which way to go.
Yeah.
It's great.
And then what you need to do now is you need to get a second or a third print machine, and then you need to have other people say, "Hey, print through us."
Yes,
and then you could help and then you could help fund doing what you guys are doing.
Yes, that would be awesome.
And then I think before we get to the big story of the night here, where the hell am I? There I am. Was there? Oh, this cover for the ash can is really dope, by the way.
Oh
this
yeah,
is just badass.
That ash can is great. Alan Alonso is the artist on that, and it's just a short story, a little background on Grey Wolf, who is the Wolfman, and a little bit of revenge he was seeking. There is TC in the chat said I was holding out on getting Magic Cop 2 because I wanted to get 1 first, but now that I know Darbasadak, yeah, so we're out of print on episode 1, volume 1, but we have them in single issues now since we're reprinting them ourselves. So we cut volume 1 into 4 issues, and you can get that right there. That's that bundle.
Yep.
So TC, you can get the bundle and 2 if you want to get caught up.
And even then in the bundle, it looks like it says from $5, so you could probably just pick and choose, I guess, what you want out of it too. So that's
exactly.
Variety is the spice of life, and you're given variety, man. And then, so I did see this print. So I'm curious as to who Shank is. Is that one of your guys'
Oh my god.
characters, or
You know who
because I
Shank
saw?
is?
No, dude, I don't. I'm like,
Dude.
I'm newer into the indie scene. Like
Yes.
I've like the
So
crowdfunding and self published scene. I'm newer into it in the last like year and a half, 2 years. So like I'm not like I came around and I found you guys about I want to say probably right around the beginning of fall last year is when I
yeah.
even came across you guys. So like I know there's all sorts of creators out there that I still need to find, but like I know that I've seen Kelsey Shannon, that's his name, right?
Yes.
I
That
know
is
I've seen him mention something about Shank before
yes.
online on X. So like I'm assuming is he can oh well it's a Kelsey Shannon print. Never mind. I
Yeah.
can't read. I'm functionally
You're good.
retarded, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, just so
No,
you know.
I can
No,
explain
no,
it.
it's a fact. People that know John Ambler in in the chat, he can speak for that. He knows I am functionally retarded. So
So Kelsey is a amazing artist. He's worked at the Big Two. He's worked on a bunch of indie projects. He had a creator-owned book at Image called Dark Fang, and he's just an awesome comic creator, an awesome mind to talk about comics with as well. And he used to do a bunch of. You should, if you're not sub to his channel, you should go sub to Kelsey's channel just for the backlog of videos he's done back in the day
oh,
on him
well, look at
doing.
this. I already had a channel pulled up. I
There
mean,
you go. Yeah, sub to Zaid Comics.
we could go to Kelsey's instead, but I mean, I don't
Let's
know. We
see.
can
It
go
might
away
be
from whatever
there.
this
It is
one is.
Comic Kelsey right there.
Boom.
He used to do awesome streams. He does really good speed drawings, but also he did these like breakdowns of like old some of his favorite comic characters while he would draw them. Like he just has a really good sense of editing and just storytelling in general. How that
And there's
happened.
Shank right here.
Yeah. So Shank is his original character. It's his
Okay.
create your own book he's doing. He was going to do it a while ago, but then he just took a little hiatus from the internet. He had a sketchbook that he just fulfilled. And now it seems like he's gearing up to do Shank. The way that print got on our site is
That was going to be my next question.
yeah, we went to a convention down in Tampa, and he wanted to have something special for that. And so we printed off a bunch of those prints for him to bring to Tampa. And then he let us sell them on the site exclusively, and we sold out of them, as you could see. So that was kind of like the first time Shank was in print. So there's a small exclusive group of people that have that print signed by him. He did like some little remark sketches on them. So but yeah, that's
Good stuff.
That's his character.
And then now we're going to go to the main draw of tonight. The reason why we're here. I mean, I was going to have you on the channel eventually, but Man with No Strings
Yeah.
is what really kicked all that off. So I mean, screw it. We'll go to. I was gonna go to the pre-order page, but we'll start at 0 and 1. Why not? So Man with No Strings. I did a video on these issues about a month or two ago. If you guys haven't seen them, go check them out. If you want to check it out before you just go to the site and buy it, or you can hear from the man himself right here. But this is definitely, I mean, and I love the indie stuff that I've been getting and picking up over the last year or so.
Yeah.
Like Man with No Strings has absolutely blown me away, brother.
Oh, thank you so much.
Between like at the end of issue 0, I even told you when we were messaging back and forth at first, like my initial reaction at the end of issue 0 when things just kind of clicked, I was like, what? I think I even messaged you in all caps. I was like, he's that dude.
Yeah.
But that, and then Oliver Isabedra, just he's killing it with the art.
Yes.
Like, but so let's go ahead, dive into, I guess, Man with No Strings, kind of quick little summary, and what kind of kicked all this off, or where'd you get the inspiration and the idea for all this?
Yeah, well, I've loved Westerns all my life. You know, I feel like as a American guy, like there's a kind of passing a torch down from your father to son with the Western, the American Western. and for me, spaghetti westerns. Those like late 70s spaghetti, or I guess early 70s spaghetti westerns. There were so many of them, so gritty and brutal, and they were just a feast for my mind when I would watch those films. Teaching you so much about storytelling, the long shots that Sergio Leone would put in his films, the pacing of them. It was just so awe-inspiring. So I've always loved westerns, and I love kind of like that dark fantasy twist. And I've seen a lot of people do kind of like twists on fairy tales, usually revolving around a sexy woman. You see like those comic companies.
Zetascope.
Yeah, that's the company.
I knew exactly where you were going with that.
Zetascope has all of those sexy girl fairy tale books. But this is kind of like my twist on that. And when I came up with the idea, it was just like a never-ending well of kind of creativity of where I could go with a story like this. So the basic premise is it is your gritty revenge western with a lone gunman who is on a quest to basically get his father back from a witch. And this witch, along his life, has cursed him. So he is also cursed with an incredible healing ability. So if he gets shot, he kind of heals like Wolverine, but it's to his detriment because the flesh, bone, and muscle that is left behind after he heals is wood.
Mm-hmm.
So he is being petrified. He's losing his humanity down this path of revenge.
You can see, I think, a little bit of it in the fingers over here.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna jump over to the pre-order.
Cool.
Pre-order page, because we can even see some even more of that, like right there in the hand here. You can see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's so I'm kind of excited to see how the character evolves through his rough times issue to issue, and how more or I should say how less human he is as the story goes on. And we got a slew of supporting characters and villains we've already seen that I've been getting some great notes from readers being like, oh dude, the villains are even cooler than the main guy. So
yeah, this first one here definitely gave me he definitely gave me some creeps. I mean, it was kind of twisted what he was doing. So like that's great, but then there was one part because like there's a certain kind of creature out there that has multiple legs, and I'm not a huge fan of.
Oh yeah.
So like when I saw that, I was like, okay, kill him with fire. Let's go. Let's go, gunslinger. Let's go, good guy. Kill him with fire. Put it into it. But no, he was a great villain. And then do I have one pulled up? No, let me go over here to one also because you have the other villain in one over here.
Yes.
And this dude, this dude was just wild in his design. And there's the witch there. You get a quick little preview on that. But oh, there we go.
Yeah, Silas. That's our gambler here. Silas the shark is a card shark that basically could cast illusions on his opponents, and he's still a cheat even though he was cursed as well by the witch that cursed our main character. So I mean, it's only this was we did issue 0. This is issue 1. And we're going to keep them around 26 pages. I think issue 1 was 28.
Hopefully my virtual background doesn't screw with me. Oh, it's
good.
Okay.
It vanished.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm having a ton of fun with it.
Go.
This is like the cool thing about putting them out at a good pace like this. I think we did pre-orders for 0 in September. We fulfilled it in December. And then for issue 1, it was February pre-orders, and then fulfilled it in April, or I believe.
Yeah, that's wild turnaround time. Well, even this one, you launched it, what, just a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
And you're set to fulfill what, I think like beginning of August?
August. We'll be fulfilling through August. Yeah, I think the campaign ends August 6th. And then after that, we'll be shipping all these out.
Yeah, that's wild turnaround time.
I have a proof copy of the main cover right here.
Oh, there you go.
Beautiful colors on that. Oliver killing it.
Yeah.
We We got our native boy on the back here, and yeah,
And
this
because you're
one's
showing the
done.
cover, I want to ask you about something else because you guys do something really interesting with these.
Mhm.
So like you get as all right, let me turn the background off again.
Yeah.
So like with the ones that I have here, these are
Mhm.
more like kind of retro newspaper
Yes.
comic newsstand style covers, and then we can see that here. As well on the right
Mhm.
here, which but you guys do something interesting where you do like a more, I guess, more modern stylized cover for each of these as well that you only make available during like the pre-order period, correct?
Yes, yeah. So yeah, the kind of like the that main cover you're seeing there is for the campaign pre-orders, and then once the pre-order ends, we only leave the retro newsprint one up for returning people.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you dig the other covers, we got all the four cover variant bundle you could grab while the campaign is still up. Yeah, and there's the black and white
Yeah,
version.
the black and white, and then the fourth cover is a blank sketch cover, correct?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then and this is, I just love this style because it fits with the aesthetic of the Western, of like being an old Western.
Oh yeah,
So like
yeah.
just the aesthetic of these newsstand retro newsstand style
Mhm.
covers is fantastic. But I have seen the covers for 0 and 1 that were available during the pre-order, which I unfortunately saw this pop up after those were done already.
Oh
So
yeah,
like I am incredibly
they're
jealous
so
of
cool.
those. Yeah, I am incredibly jealous of the people who were able to get the pre-order covers for 0 and 1 as well. But I know the retro newsstand covers, they work so well though with the aesthetic and the theming of everything, and also because you just open it up and then it's just black and white,
Mhm.
black and white like as if you're reading a newspaper.
Yeah.
But so where or have you worked with Oliver East Major as your artist on this? Where did you find this dude? Like, I mean, look at all this. This is like just some ridiculous next level art. And I see y'all in the chat. I'm gonna get to you guys in just a moment here. But like, where did you find Oliver? Because this dude, somebody needs to like, you got to lock this dude down somehow and make sure nobody takes him from you and nobody gives him any work to do so he could just keep doing all this high level awesome work for you guys.
I know, he's amazing, and he's such a pleasure to work with. I found him just online. He was doing pinups and fan art for fan art contests, and I just loved his stuff for so long. Hit him up, and I had this story in particular, this series, in my head for so long, and I think originally issue 0, it was like a 6-page short story that then I extrapolated into the 14 pages that it is now.
Okay.
Um, and so I just really wanted to get all of this world out of my head. And so I hit him up and I'm like, "Hey, would you be down to do some concept art for the series?" And that art is actually in issue 0 in the back. And it just clicked. He had a vision for these characters, and I'm like, would you be able to draw this 0 issue that I want to do? And that was the first thing that we worked on together. That was back, I want to say, in 2023, and we've been
Okay.
working on this series ever since. And yeah, he's such a joy. His art is such a really cool contrast to the story, I think, and that
Mhm.
makes the books very impactful.
Well, and his level of detail in his line work is just amazing.
Mhm.
Like it really it makes me think like, okay, this dude took maybe some photos from
Mhm.
like the sets of some old westerns and then literally just copied them over.
Yeah,
Like that's the
yeah.
level of detail he's working at. He's doing some next level stuff, but like even just seeing these on a computer screen doesn't do him justice. Like you guys got to get these books in your hand. Like I mean just I'm just
Yeah.
opening a random page and you're just like, I don't even know what I opened to right now. And I
Yeah,
guarantee you it's a banger of a page.
that's a
Like,
banger.
so you guys gotta not just issue 2, you guys gotta go to Zaid Comics and go grab all of these because it's just awesome. But so I did notice something with this,
Mhm.
because like I know on Magic Cup, like both you and your brother are associated and affiliated with having and credited to working on that. Like,
Yeah.
did your brother have any hand in this, or is this more just kind of like a solo project that you wanted to work on and kind of venture off and do your own thing with?
No, yeah, this was just all, from my head, the man with no strings. I mean, he's a graphic designer by trade, so I always ask him his opinion on stuff,
Yeah,
what he thinks of, whatever. In fact, he's the one that taught me how to do the printing because he figured it out, all the print setup and, how much margin space we need on each page and all the settings to actually make a print file and run it through the printer. So he taught me all that. But yeah, for this series, I'm doing all the writing, scripting, and yeah, I'm just so happy that Oliver wants to be a part of this, which is so cool.
for
He's
sure.
seen the reception of all you guys doing reviews and putting that on there, and I'm sure that is really encouraging for him. It seems like he's having a blast drawing this stuff and helping conceptualize it. So I really hope that he sees it through to the end because this is, you know, potentially going to be a long running series.
Yeah, we're talking 100 issues, right?
Somewhere between 20 and 100, I would say.
And then we're gonna reboot with a number one, and then in a little print just say Legacy 101, and just keep going from there. Like that's the plan, right?
We'll
Because
see.
that's what
We'll
needs
see.
to happen.
Yeah. See how much.
um so because this is kind of like your baby and your brainchild, do you know, or have you talked to your brother about, does he have any kind of wild and kind of awesome unique ideas cooking up in his head, like, or is that something maybe we'll see out of Zaid Comics, is like the Diaz brothers maybe like kind of, no, I don't want to say competing, but like, oh, you have your like really awesome badass story, I see your awesome western, and I'm gonna raise you this badass story. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I've always wanted Brandon to write something, but he thinks he doesn't have the brain for it or like the skill for it.
mhm.
He's focused on drawing women's butts, and I appreciate that. But I
Oh,
mean,
for sure, for sure.
even the Lost Pages, a lot of the characters in the Lost Pages, Brandon and I came up with together. Like there's a character in the Lost Pages
Where
3.
is it? There we
Her
go.
name, oh, you can go to the
Yeah, I know you
characters.
guys. Yeah, that's cool that you guys have like a characters tab too.
Yeah, if you click on Lost Pages there, I totally forget about this all the time. More people should go check this stuff out. We got all the bios. So that chick down there, Matt Black, and the Silhouette were the first characters we came up with together. And obviously he loves Matt Black. She's the babe of the story. She's really cool, and I'm excited to do more with this character. But she shows up at the end of book 2, and then plays a pretty big role in the 3rd book. And God, there's just so much story to tell in this universe. And I'm always like, God, I gotta write more and get this stuff out. But there's time, I guess.
I what was it? I hope your brother ends up feeling encouraged enough at some point to try and give it a shot. Because if that's what he can come up with in his mind for like character design and stuff,
Mhm.
I can only imagine what kind of stories he maybe has cooking up in there. Maybe it's just a matter of he just needs a little nudge. Like, Brandon, this is me nudging you. Go do it.
Yeah, he's great with design. Like he really understands character design.
Yeah. I mean, and so like I guess while we're talking writing and having the chops for it, or even just building up the courage for it, like where what is kind of your process for writing when you want to, because comic book writing is unique to compared to like novel writing or script writing or anything like that. So
Uh-huh.
like what, and comic book writers, like I've heard that there's like a kind of a template and a format that a lot tend to stick to, but then you kind of got it, but then everybody kind of has their own thing and the way that they work within that format. So like what kind of, what's your approach when it comes to writing something for especially being a comic book?
Yeah, I usually like the actually stuff that I type, if I have like an idea for a story, I will just like shotgun ideas as they come in my head, say, I'm writing down issue 3, and it'll be just run on sentences that then later gets conformed into bullet points. So this needs to happen, and this needs to happen, and then this. And then I will then transform those bullet points into like actual segmented um, into pages. So like page 1, this happens. So it's just like almost writing and then rewriting, say like
Okay.
3 times. And I like that because I'm going over it multiple times in my head as I'm writing it, that first process, the initial ideas, and then conforming them to bullet points, and then taking those bullet points and extrapolating into pages and moments on pages. Every time I go back to that, I am imagining the scenario and what people would say. So during those moments, I'm also kind of forming the dialogue for the actual script, which I like to get in there so the artist knows the context of the panels and knows what the sense of what the characters are saying in those moments, so they understand the context and the subtext to an extent, so they could really emote the characters' facial expressions. Because I think that's important. I think when I'm reading a comic book and a character says something or exclaims something and their face doesn't match the words that are coming out of their mouth,
Yeah, for sure.
um, I
I
think it
mean,
makes it apparent.
I see that in animation sometimes, and it drives me crazy. So
Mm.
it makes sense that's. I mean, and it's definitely harder with a non-animated medium. So I don't know how people in animation screw that up sometimes.
Yeah.
But I mean, it shows that
Hard.
it's the mark of, well, it's the mark of good layout. It's the mark of good creative decisions. And it's the mark of good writing too. So, um,
And then on top of that, I also letter my own books.
okay.
So I view that as kind of like ancillary to the writing process, because I am putting the words down and seeing how they fit in each panel.
Mhm.
And, perhaps there's a panel that can't fit 2 balloons, so I'll move a balloon to the next panel or have it trail off, across the panel border. But there's a lot of different decisions you can make during the lettering phase that really affect the reading process. And being a letterer myself for the stories that I'm writing, it's just another editing phase where, I go in, I read it, I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound good. Or I think of a new line that is better, and I can just write it on the fly, never even have to go back and edit it into my script. Just put it right there on the page.
I'm listening, but I'm getting something into the chat because this is very important.
All right, cool.
Boom! There it is. Go pre-order the Man with No Strings issue 2
Oh,
here.
thank you so much. Yeah, we're so close to getting 100% funded. I think we're at 97% right now. Can't remember.
Yep, I just had it up. Where did it go? There it is.
Was it 97? Yeah, 97%.
Yep, 97. So like
So close.
so I guess because that raises an interesting question. So typically you see like percentage raised and goal and all that stuff
Yeah.
on crowdfunding, like
Mhm.
Indiegogo, Fund My Comic, Kickstarter, stuff like that. Now, because you guys are doing this completely in house through your own website, your own printing process, everything, like do you still have a set? I mean, obviously you have a progress bar here,
Mhm.
but like if let's say in 47 days, 1 hour, 23 minutes and 30 seconds, you don't hit 100%, is that just going to make this project dead in the water? Or like do you guys already,
I don't
obviously
know.
you gotta,
I haven't
obviously you know what your number is that you have to clear to at least break even on it
Right.
for paying Oliver, and then the cost of your printer, even though you do it yourself, it's still the machine requires maintenance. You got to pay for the cost of inks and all that stuff, surely. But like, I guess, yeah. So like, let's say hypothetically, like, I'm kind of curious how that would work. Or is that something you guys haven't even thought about?
I haven't thought of that until now, but yeah, if we failed to hit funding goal, I guess I would still make it and send it to the people that order it. Um, I'm just I love the series so much. I'm so
Yeah.
passionate about the story. I have to get it out there, and I think it's obvious that other people want to see where it's going. Obviously everybody wants to see more of Oliver's work,
Oh, for
so
sure.
there's a demand for that. And who am I to keep that from anybody? So I would
A
definitely throw
very,
that out
very
there.
selfish man. That's who.
Yeah,
I mean, well, you need, like I said, you also need to be selfish. You got to lock him up. Give that man a contract if you
try. Yeah,
can. But there you go. I mean, hey, I just gave you something, food for thought for future campaigns. So there you go. You might want to say, I doubt you'll ever need to know
yeah.
that answer, but definitely there you go. There's some
I
food
hope
for
not.
thought. I've done my job. I've contributed to the process. I'll take my 5%. Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
thank
much.
you, thank you.
um, but so let's take a look at what people can get and what they can expect. So obviously we went over the covers here. So you
Yes.
got the beautiful pre-order cover. Now, is the black and white version cover, is that also only pre-order available?
Yes, yeah, for
Okay.
now, those and the blank are just for the pre-order. I'm sure we'll reprint them, in, like, as pinups when we do, like, a collection. Who knows if we'll put it on the front of a trade, but, yeah, the after it comes down, the newsprint versions are the ones that stay up.
Okay. So then the same thing with the sketch, they go away too then?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So then you people need to go get these. Like currently, I've got the standard, I've got the newsprint. I might need to go back in, and if I'm able to edit my order, grab the black and white version. If not, I may just order it and then email and then message you and be like, "Yo, dude, like, come on, double shipping, please
Throw
don't."
it in. Yeah, yeah. Well, what I've been doing for that, because people, at the Bancroft, we had a exclusive, um convention cover, and if people already purchase things and they want to add like another cover, it's not going to
Mhm.
bump the shipping up a bunch. You could message me, and then there's a donation button at the bottom of the campaign where you could just donate the price of the book,
Oh,
and then
okay, cool.
I could just make a note on the back end, which is awesome. Like I could literally attach a note to your order that when shipping time happens, it'll remind me that to throw an extra book in for you.
Yeah, and I think for this, you announced also back when you were on Bancroft's show that you guys have accounts set up eligible for your website now too, which is going to help with like tracking orders for not just this
Yes.
but for everything moving forward too.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
So
so cool.
definitely everybody go to Zaid Comics, zaidcomics.com, go set up an account. Even if you're crazy and like not gonna go and get in on this campaign for this right now, like still go set up an account in case maybe this isn't your thing and you see something else in the future. Or I mean, times are hard right now. So if you don't have the couple of bucks like right now, but maybe like 30 minutes after the campaign ends, you
Yeah.
do. Hey, you at least go sign up for the account and then you go and order it. But definitely head over to zaidcomics.com, set up an account, and also back this.
Yeah,
But let's.
we put out like newsletters frequently for like updates and stuff. If you guys see those, if you don't see them in your email and you know you're part of it, go to your like promotionals tab, and I think you could make it so the Zaid Comics emails go right to your main uh account. Like you mark it not as spam so
Yeah,
you guys know that you're getting this stuff.
that's good to know. Let's catch up a little bit on the chat here. TC said, not knowing Shank, school him, Phil. Bancroft said, Kelsey is the best of us. Brimstone, what's going on, Brimstone? He says, lurking comics dad. What's going on, Brimstone? Good to see you, brother. TC says, a blue witch, a fairy tale, or a fairy lake witch. The villains are next level. The gambler. Michael Bancroft says, based on me. I'm assuming the gambler's based on him, he's
Yes.
saying there. Let's see what else we got. Elite ball level guest. Cosmortal Comics. Hey,
Cosmortal?
what's going on, Cosmortal? Good to
Good
see
to
you,
see
brother.
ya.
Yeah, elite baller level guest for sure. For sure. The wood chopping cover, yeah, the wood chopping cover is really cool. And then something that was pointed out a couple weeks ago when you were at Bancroft also is this little blue thing here shooting down
Yes.
from the sky. If anybody hasn't been watching, hasn't been able to make the connection in terms of what's going on with this story, this may not make sense to you. But if you're able to put two and two together and have that holy shit moment like I did after reading issue 0, you can understand the significance of this. But
Yeah, just
I'm not
read
going to
it.
spoil it for you guys. You got to
You'll
go buy it
understand.
and read it. Let's see. Bancroft says that Oliver's a true workhorse, and he says, "I love the black and white, but if Eugene ever gets a chance to work on the interiors, it'd be crazy."
Yes. Yeah, Eugene is our colorist. He colored that first cover there,
Gotcha.
and he's colored like almost all of the Lost pages as well. He colored all of Magic Cop. He's a wizard of color, and yeah, I would love to
He does a
ish-
phenomenal job with his colors,
when
just from
issue
what I've seen.
4 is done, I want to collect the first 4 issues plus issue 0 and then get
Uh-huh.
it colored, and probably crowdfund that.
That's awesome because that was actually a question I had for that answers half of a question
Yeah.
that I have for you after I'm done getting caught up here. TC says Brandon made the right choice, but he does have writing chops. And then Bancroft says if he can't make 3% in almost 2 months, it doesn't deserve to be printed.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes.
So yeah, like you were saying with Eugene and you wanting to gather the first 4 plus 0, and maybe do like a color edition.
Yeah.
So what went into the decision to make this a black and white book? I mean, it, don't get me wrong, it works. It is, I love this as a black and white book, but it's something we just don't see a lot of nowadays.
Yeah.
So I mean, and again, it works with the theming, the aesthetics, all that as well. But like, what went into that decision that you were like, nah, no colors, nah,
I
life is black and white, no gray.
the reason is colors take more time for production.
For sure.
I wanted to get these out at a reasonable pace to capture the audience's attention and keep them around. And obviously it takes more money to get them colored as well. So it was leaving us, having it not colored means we get to make our money back quicker on this.
Absolutely.
So the idea for the website is we're doing pre-orders, and the pre-orders are helping us pay for the production of this, which we paid for out of pocket. So it's reimbursing us for that. And then now it's, we have this tangible art that we could then reprint and then get colored again for another edition. So time and then money is the reason that we have it black and white.
Fair enough. Not like like from an artistic standpoint or creative standpoint. No, money. That's it.
Time and money, yeah. And then
and that's not a dig.
too.
That's just me trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But no, I mean you're right. That's, I don't know what the going rate for a colorist is, but yeah, I mean, especially since you do a lot of the other stuff in house, it just makes sense, especially if you want to try to make your money back on this that you've obviously put into it, and then maybe also just get a little increase in the margins, so maybe you can then eventually do a colored version down the road like you're talking about.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it absolutely makes sense both from a business standpoint, but then also, like I said, like just from an aesthetic standpoint and a theming and artistic standpoint, like it just works with this story, man. So like honestly, it would still be great even if it was colored. But quite frankly, I don't think it would, at least initially. Like the colored trade, the colored collection will be awesome to see after reading the black and white. But I think doing this as a black and white was also just the right choice from a story standpoint, a production standpoint,
Cool.
and a what's it called? Just visually, it just works. I hear somebody behind me. Oh,
Yeah.
hi, wifey.
Hi.
Hi. Let's say hi to Phil.
Hello.
Hi, Phill. How are you, darling?
Good.
Just to let you know, he loves your book. I don't stop hearing the shit about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm tired of hearing
You
it.
need to read it.
I'm tired of hearing about the Pinocchio in the West. I'm really getting tired of hearing it. But I'm glad he loves it.
Thank you.
It's
That's
just
amazing.
I'm tired of hearing it constantly.
You're gonna hear more about it in about a month and a half.
I know. Thank you a lot. I appreciate that. Put me in through hell. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Amazing. That's great. You made my night.
Heck yeah. He said, you know what? Deal with it. Tough shit, too bad. No, he did not. No, he said thank you. That made his night hearing that.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you had
Because he took it as a compliment.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. You're welcome.
She goes, oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. It was a compliment for you, but it's a headache for her because she's got to deal with me talking about it.
Well, I'm glad you like it so much. I'm super excited
dude.
to. Man, there's so much that's going to happen in this series.
She will read it in the next month and a half, I swear.
Oh, good.
I swear on all that is holy, you will read this in the next month and a half. She's very picky and niche when it comes to because she reads comics too.
Sure.
She doesn't have as wide of a range of interesting comics as I do. She's very I mean she has OC. Okay,
if you do a ghost story, then I will read your book.
Right.
Do a ghost or demons or something scary.
Well, good thing that he's got Magic Cop. So, but no, she's very OCD in real life. So she's OCD with she's love you, but she's a typical woman. It's picky on dinner, picky on cleaning the house, picky on watching TV.
I know how it is.
She's gonna get the spoon. Ow!
Particular. No, I think she would like issue 2 then. Issue 2 deals with some creepy ass stuff.
He said issue 2 deals with some creepy ass stuff.
I think she'd like it.
Creepy.
You'll find out when we get it.
Yeah, you could tell her after you read it. You relay
yeah, exactly. Let's see. Phill breaking up marriages with his books. Do a ghost villain, says TC. And then Rick Saylor, what's going on, man? Thanks for hopping in the chat.
What's up, Rick?
And then you had some other stuff here that available for people as well. Let's see, you got some sketch cards which are really whoa, why did that do that? Okay, because I'm zooming out, that's why. So you've got the catch up, the catch up no strings pack bundle here. Bean Anza pack with the bean, it's got a name, I can't remember what
Shell Bean.
It's Shell Bean?
Yeah, the
Chief Shell Bean.
Yeah, the Chief Sitting Bean.
Oh, Chief Sitting Bean. That's what it was. I was trying to remember what the chief's name was.
Yeah, last time we did the Rootin' Tootin' Bean, who had a cowboy hat and bandana. And now we have the 3D printed Chief Sitting Bean with full ceremonial headdress. And that also comes with the wanted poster with the new character who will be revealed. His name will be revealed in this issue.
Chief NDA.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, and then we have some sketch cards as well, and a sketch cover.
Cool. I saw this. I was just eyeballing this. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Who did it? Alan Alonso did that. Alan, if you're watching, great job.
Alan's great.
That is phenomenal. I love the shadow of the skeleton coming out from behind.
He killed it. Yeah, I sent that to him, so he got to read the issue early. So these are all kind of related to the story of issue 2.
Kind of a little bit of a hint / spoiler type of deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, wonderful work on that. He killed it.
Yes.
And then you got your covers here. You got your sketch cards here. Which your sketch cards, they're pretty much all sold out, except you got Dan Dahl shootout one here.
Yes. And then that spider one.
That one's wild. And then the spider one up at the top. So, ladies and gentlemen, grab your sketch cards while you can. Grab your sketch cards. Grab your Chief Sitting Bean. Grab your wanted poster. Grab all your stuff. Yes. Grab everything. And then the really awesome thing that you got going on here with your add-ons is that you're doing digital versions. So, I mean, granted, I am a big proponent of physical. Physical is always the way to go in my mind.
Yeah.
But digital is also jeez, why stop? There we go. And there's Chief Sitting Bean. There he is.
There he is.
But digital is just also great for obviously, if you're on the go, you want to read it while you're maybe traveling, you don't want to carry your books with you, all that stuff. And then also, it's just easier for people. Like, I mean, if they don't have the 10 or $15 for a book, like, hey, you know what? You got 5 at least, or you can spend that much, and then maybe you don't have it physically, but you can still enjoy the story and enjoy Oliver's artwork and your writing and
Yeah.
everything. So the fact that you guys are starting to delve into digital is really cool. I do plan on getting the digital at some point too, so this way when I take my tablet to
Sweet.
work, I
Yeah.
can just pull it up and show people, be like, yo, look at all this, because I'm
I
not
know,
taking the
dude.
books to work because they will get destroyed if I take them to
Yes.
work.
Well, the digital's awesome. I think we're going to do more of these because this is the first digitals we've done on our
Yeah.
site. The way it's set up on the site is really cool, where I just upload the file, and then when you buy the digital, it just emails it to you right away in a PDF form. So we don't really have to do anything. So people, this month when we launched this, have purchased the 0 and 1 digitally.
And they already have it, I think, right?
Yeah, well, they get it right away. They've read it. They talked about it, how much they liked it, and they said they're going to buy all 3 physicals
Yep.
in a few weeks because they like it so much. So that's, paying for it anyways,
Oh, yeah, man.
double right there. It's
Oh,
so
and
cool.
then eventually maybe grab a second one, send it off to CGC.
Oh, yeah.
CGC copies.
I've had some readers do that. Actually,
Oh,
with the
yeah.
Lost Pages too, with the gold foil one, General Piggy.
That's good. That's a
buddy
good
from
choice.
online. He did the
That is
CBC.
definitely a good choice to get that slabbed.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys plan on doing maybe going back and putting out digital for like Lost Pages and Magicop and People and pretty much everything you guys have done up to this point?
I think so. It's just going to take, formatting and, getting those PDFs, just the time to do that. I
Yeah.
think we could totally do that just when we find the right time to. We do use are part of a site called Global Comics, which is a great digital platform. So a lot of
I
our books are already up there. So if you have a Global Comics account, you can read a lot of our stuff. Over there, like Magic Hop and the Lost Pages.
Yeah, and normally I do my due diligence and I check Global Comics when I have somebody on. I did not check this time, but I could have swore
Yeah, we got it.
I've seen you guys on there before though.
Yeah.
Okay, Tiger Blue. Talk about this real quick.
Tiger Blue is another book from a buddy. My buddy Matt Fowler has done this series a few years ago with Jose Garcia, who's an awesome artist. And it's super badass. It's about this tiger who was basically like mutated into be humanoid. His father was an enforcer for the mob in Chicago. And now he's been like training on an island all of his life, and he's been betrayed by the people that raised him. So he's got to fight his way off. So it's like Animorphs meets Street Fighter, and it's got kind of like a Ninja Turtles flair to it as well.
Yes. There you go.
And yeah, I think there's 2 volumes of that, and I think Jose's working on the 3rd one right now.
Okay. I guess that's more just so it being on your guys' Global Comics page, I guess is just more just helping him out, get exposure to it and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Good stuff,
just
man.
having a digital version up there as well. Yeah, we have a lot of buddies that make awesome comics too, so we want to help spread the word about them.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, and props to you guys for doing that and just helping prop up and support your friends and other people in the indie scene too. Queen Comics Wife says, I have food and drinks for you. Yes, thank you. How do you like your frozen latte? It is delicious. Thank you very much. And then Rushbrook draws. Rushbrook, he did some of the cards here. Where are they?
Yes, I took those down.
Oh, you took them down already?
Yeah, but they sold already.
Okay.
Just
yeah, no, I know they
clutter it
sold
up.
out. I just didn't know you took them off the site.
Yeah.
But they were phenomenal. And thank you so much for being here. He says, yo, it's that guy, Phill Diaz.
Yo, Rushbrook. Yeah, Rushbrook's an awesome artist. I have, is it over here? I think I have his, right here. He did I was just at Heroes Con with him. He did our special Heroes Con exclusive cover, but I picked this Rushbrook Draws 2025 topicless sketchbook, and look at who got featured on the cover.
Hell yeah.
His version of the Man with No Strings right on the cover there.
That's what's up.
Super badass. Yeah, he's one of my favorites right now. I hope we get to work together more because he has an affinity of drawing my characters, which I appreciate. This is another character from the Lost Pages called Drift Legend. It's badass.
So, what would you say is the biggest con you've done so far? You guys have done so far. Is it Heroes Con, or is there another one that maybe a little bit above that, even in terms of notoriety and stuff? I'm kind of curious. Like, do you guys typically and also how many cons do you guys also typically do?
So the biggest one with, I guess, notoriety and kind of like volume of patrons would be C2E2 over here in Chicago. We're super lucky because C2E2 invites the arcade out every year. So we bring like 50 to 70 games out.
Good stuff.
Arcade games. Yeah. So we bring them, and then my boss lets me set up, my brother and I at the booth. So we have like this really banging table, and it's awesome for us every year.
Here's some video games. Here's some comics while you're at it.
Exactly. And that's huge. I mean, McCormick Place, which is the convention center it's at, is like the largest in the country. So it sees so many people. They have like all the big celebrities are there as well. But Heroes Con is, in terms of sales wise, this past weekend at Heroes was the most money we've made off of selling books at a convention.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Good for you guys. Cool. That's fantastic.
The convention is so centered around comic books and comic creators, and the people that are walking the con floor are looking for books to read because they love, this medium. So that was a huge plus for us. And we sold out of Rushbrook's variant that he did for the convention over the weekend. So that was amazing.
Yeah. And I feel like that's something I was talking with my buddy Professor Savage Dad last weekend where he and I, by the way, everybody keep an eye out on the channel. 1 or 2 Saturdays a month, me, Professor Savage Dad, maybe a couple other guys gonna do a roundtable conversation about comics and other stuff. So keep an eye out for that. We don't have a name for it yet, but nice. He and I, we were talking this past weekend or last weekend, I guess I should say, because we're in the weekend. We were talking about conventions and stuff because he was actually helping out Vaughn at the convention in Phoenix,
right?
Whatever it's called now. I know it was Phoenix Fan Fest at one point, whatever the hell it's called now, but he and I were talking about just conventions in general, and like it's gotten to a point where like the Comic Cons aren't even about the comics anymore, and it's so upsetting to see that. Like, so it's great that to hear that Heroes Con is more about, yes, like there may be other stuff and celebrities and guests and whatnot, but come read the comics, come find the comics, go do your comic book hunting. So like it's good to hear that, because a lot of like the medium and the large scale conventions don't really have that main emphasis on comics now like they used to.
Yeah, Heroes is great. It's one of a kind for sure.
And then so how frequently do you guys do cons?
Definitely C2E2 every year.
Sure, Heroes, it's right there in your backyard.
Right. Heroes we're going to do every year, and then we try to get to one out in Texas just because Texas is like so big, and we have friends down there. It's very centralized, and it kind of hits a different market than where we are in the Midwest. So we're doing Bell County in August 1st and 2nd.
Okay.
And that's in Belton, Texas. I believe it's just outside of Austin, about 50 minutes.
Yeah, and I've heard of that one. Yeah. I know what is it? Rippaverse, they do that one pretty often, and I think Iconic Comics does that one too.
Yeah, so Iconic is partnered with the convention. It's like their con, so that's so cool that we got in this year. Looking forward to that. And then if there's local ones that are smaller, we'll try to hit those. I think we did one in Indiana last year, and some, very small cons. But yeah, I try to get to smaller local ones as well, because, us not being in stores, which hopefully we could rectify that at least locally soon. I'd like to, have a presence around here.
Now, do you guys have, oh, excuse me, offer, cuz I think I saw for Lost Pages you guys have like a retailer bundle, or had a retailer bundle. Now, is
Yeah.
that something that you guys are going to be offering for everything moving forward? Cuz like I would love to go to my local comic shops, and I tried to do that for a couple of things. I've told a couple of shops like about Vaughn stuff,
Yeah.
and a couple other people's things as well. So like, do you have, or are you working on maybe setting up like dedicated, not necessarily
Yeah.
a whole site,
So,
but like a section of your site for
yeah.
retailers to go put orders in?
We just did that like right before we launched this new campaign. There's a part of the site that you probably saw on the main page called Retailer Store. If you go to the drop down menu at the top here, if you go to Zaid Shop, it says up there. And
Oh,
then
retailer shop. Oh,
retailer
right
shop.
there. Look at that.
Yeah, so this is brand new. We only
It's
have
like I knew the answer before I asked.
we only have the Man with No Strings set up on here as of now. I have to take some time and put the other titles on here. But so
Okay.
how this works, if anybody's interested, if you guys have a shop, you would fill out that little section right there, your name, your shop, email,
Gotcha.
and where you're at, and that would send me an email to tell me that you're interested in being part of the retailer program, and then I give you a secret passcode, which I think I've forgotten already, and then
1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, damn it.
and then that will allow you to log into our retailer section, which gives you retailer prices on bundles. So, and then we'll print them, we'll ship them out to you, and you could put them up there. I also really wanted to do like special retailer posters, so people could put them in the windows to kind of promote the stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah,
That's awesome, man.
hopefully that people jump on that. That'd be cool.
No, that'd be great. And I'm gonna, like, word of mouth is kind of becoming a thing again when it comes
Yeah.
to entertainment. So like movies, word of mouth for movies is going on, or is coming back roaring right now, with a lot of, especially with like some of the indie movies that have come out in theaters that have been crushing it lately, or the
Yeah.
smaller movies. So like same thing with comics. Like you guys got to get out there, go to your local shops. Say, hey, have you heard of this guy? Have you heard of Zaid Comics? Have you heard of Lost Pages, Man with No Strings? Have you heard of The Lucent? Have you heard of Phenomenova? Have you heard
Yeah.
of all these things? And then tell them about them. Put them in the direction of the websites of all your favorite comic creators, especially Zaid Comics, though. Admiral Wackass says, but have you read this manga?
Oh my gosh, what manga? Where does he say that?
That's all he said. He didn't provide any context. The 1776er says, Phill Diaz, I heard he's one of the top writers in comics.
Really?
There you go.
It's news to me. Thank you.
And then
trying.
everybody saying hi to each other, fist bump and all that good stuff. But I'm just looking up here real quick. It looks like, because you're in Chicago.
Yes.
And I am not. So
Okay.
I'm trying to see, like, because I was gonna be like, yeah, come on, I'm in Pennsylvania, yeah, come on out, do some cons in PA. But like where I am, it's all like small local cons.
Sure.
The biggest cons out here would be in Philly and in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to see what's like I don't know. Have you guys ever considered doing something out in like the Cleveland area?
Yeah, we did. Well, not Cleveland. We did.
Or in Columbus, maybe.
Cincinnati.
Okay. You guys walked out unscathed. Good for you. I hear Cincinnati is not the place to go nowadays.
Was that Cincinnati? Yeah, we got some buddies out there. The 1776 or somewhere around there. Yeah, we did that. I hear Terrific Con is great, which is like in, where's that, Massachusetts?
Oh shit, I can highlight comments in here. Okay, cool. We're learning. We're learning stuff with Rumble's Canvas Studio. But Michael, thank you so much for being here, brother. I appreciate you stopping in.
See, Mike.
Everybody go check out Mike Bancroft.
Thanks, man.
Over and check out his books, and also go check out his YouTube channel. All that good stuff. 1776er says Cincinnati rules. Rick Saylor says stay Northwind in Ohio for sure. So kind of conflicting stories going on there. Um, but no, man, I because a goal that the wife and I set for this year. I mean, unfortunately, things ended up changing over the last few months, so we can't because life, expenses,
Sure.
all that. Especially when a car keeps breaking down, and we got to keep fixing it as well. But we wanted to start doing more conventions. Like we've done a couple. We did Lehigh Valley a couple of weeks ago. And we're planning on doing Carlisle in Pennsylvania. There's one or two in Jersey that we want to go to, and then
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do Baltimore if that hasn't happened yet. But like in the next, probably maybe next year, we wanna do like a little bit more of the con circuit. So like more like some of the medium and larger sized cons.
Yeah.
So like Heroes Con might be on the list. Like I would love to go down to Heroes Con. So if that's something that you guys are definitely doing year in year out moving forward, I'll definitely come
Yes.
on down and we'll come
Yeah,
on
I
down.
think
You can meet the fam. I'll hang out with you guys. I'll even help run the booth for a little bit if you need a
next
break and
year is going to
be
be
like,
even
hey, by the
bigger.
way, here's my YouTube channel. Buy a book and sub to a channel.
Yeah, get a little discount. Yeah, next year's going to be even bigger. I think we're dragging Michael Bancroft out for Heroes Con.
Our way.
Yeah, I think
We're
so.
dragging him out from down under.
We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully he does. I know a lot more creators want to come out. So I'm excited for that.
That's awesome, man. And then I guess and then you got your apparel and your merch and all that. You get your badass t-shirts. Oh,
Yes.
this shirt with Crim on it, and
Yeah.
oh, that's awesome. Oh, and you got it's Reaper Destroyers on there too with Blue
Yes.
Tiger.
Yeah,
Okay,
Tiger Blue. Yeah.
or I'm sorry, Tiger Blue.
Yeah.
Yes,
The cool thing about
I
these
had a little
shirts,
moment of dyslexia there too.
you're good. The cool thing about these shirts is they ship right away. They're drop ship, so we work
Okay.
with Printful. And yeah, we got some awesome designs on here, so definitely check
Oh,
those out.
The people one is badass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That one's so cool.
Do they offer 4X? Because it is
I think
badass,
so.
but I am a bit of a fat ass. So
Yeah, you should be able to check there. I think it goes up to 5.
sweet deal. Well, good thing we scrolled quickly.
Yeah, the babe
YouTube.
shirts are on there.
But yeah, man, you got your apparel, your merch. Oh, there's the beads.
Yes, look at that one's glowing. The glow in the dark
That's
bean.
all right, guys and gals, you got to go get yourselves a glowing bean. Get yourselves a glow in the dark bean, because then you could sit there in your beds or on your couches in the dark, and you could read Man with No Strings, Lost Pages of Magicop, and you could use the glow in the dark bean to light up your pages, and you'll get like a nice little green hue on it. And there you go, a nice magical time.
It'll give you a tan too. It's so luminant.
Oh, you got a cup. Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, the magic cup. We got the Crimstone
too.
statue. Yeah, that's badass.
But yeah, man, I mean, you guys, look at you guys. You're not just out here. You're not just out here making comics. You're out here doing awesome cups, awesome statues, clothing the people is what you're doing. You are putting literal shirts on backs. You are not taking the shirts off people's backs. You are putting them on there. You guys are men of the people. Zaid Comics is for the people.
Creator of the people as well.
And creator of the people. Well, that might land a different way depending on how you say it. But let's see. We got real quick. TC says another Heroes Con attendee confirmed. Not confirmed, but we're gonna try. Queen Comics Life said it's not about you. ComixDad, you're so stuck up. Yeah, sometimes. Rick says I need to carry a gun when working in the South because it's a shithole, meaning Southern Ohio, down by Cincinnati. TC says the shirt is so good. Rick said get a shell bean, and the cup is cool. I drink my drink in it. What kind of drink?
Hell yeah.
But and the comic said, when can I come sit in my bed? You can come sit in your bed right now, whatever you want, Queenie. I got the virtual background up, and we're also about to wrap it up anyway. So, Phill, we got, obviously, you're here on X. People can follow you over there.
Yep.
Zaid's got their own X page as well.
Yes.
And then you guys got your own YouTube page. So I know I've hopped in there from time to time. You and your brother, you guys hang out. You talk all sorts of stuff, comics and whatnot. So what do you want to? Obviously, we're here for Man with No Strings pre-order for number 2. But is there
Yes.
anything else you want to plug, talk about, whether it's the YouTube stuff, anything else you got going on, things you have coming up, events you got coming up, other people you want to shout out maybe and point people in the direction of? This is your time, brother.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you are signed up to the website's newsletter. You can find it at the bottom of every page on the website. You just throw your email in there. We send updates through there. You'll know when we're doing new stuff, and make sure you guys are getting those emails. If you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, we always do updates on there. Following me on X and Instagram, it's the same at Phill Pops on Instagram. And definitely try some of our books out. If you guys haven't read any of the stuff, everything is available on our site. It ships out within the next that week. And be ready for The Man with No Strings 2, which is dropping in August. And that's not the last book we're going to be funding on the site this year. We have another one, a secret book that is launching this fall. And I think you guys are going to be really excited about that. Lots of stories are going to be told through this site. So make sure you are coming back and staying up to date with us. Because now that we can print our own stuff, we're going to be putting more books out on the regular.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, and again, the printing your own stuff thing is huge. So for anybody who has any kind of concerns about fulfillment times, about turnaround times when there's back orders or out of stocks, anything like that, that's something else you guys don't need to necessarily worry about.
Yeah.
I mean, Phill is easily reachable. He's easy to talk to. He's put up with my ass for the last couple of weeks trying to arrange doing this stream. So he's real approachable. Just shoot him an email or sign up for the newsletter, reach out all the different ways. Because of that in-house printing, you guys don't got to necessarily worry about like, well, when am I going to get my stuff? Because like, boom, done.
For sure.
They just
it's
got to print it. That's all they got to do.
Yeah.
Literally just hop out of bed, flip on a switch, hit print. Done deal.
Maybe we'll run out of ink, but then it'll just be like a week until we get more.
Yeah. I mean, either that or they'll just charge it to your tab, guys, and then I mean, whatever the going rate for ink is, you just got to pay for the next ink refill. That's all.
It's more expensive than you think.
I'm sure, man. I am sure. With what I do for work, the amount of stuff that I see come through the facility that I work at, and I can sometimes there's prices on some stuff like food products, ink product. We actually get a lot of like picture and computer ink coming through our facility as well. So like, I know I believe it when you say it's pricier than you think. So I definitely get that, man. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Head to ZaidComics.com. Head to the Zaid Comics YouTube page. Head to the Zaid Comics X account. Go follow Phill on X and Instagram, as he said. Also, if you guys ever want to catch me anywhere, you can go to streamers.com, and I'll drop it into the chats here real quick.
Ooh,
this is basically a Linktree alternative. Friend of the channel, the real Tomby, he's basically working on a whole ecosystem where he's going to basically try to do the equivalent. He's working on building the equivalent of something of like a StreamYard. He's also working on, which is going to be integrated into streamers as well, something called Dojo, which he hopes to rival Discord. It's basically going to be a Discord alternative. And streamers, he's working on it just being an entire social hub. So you can go follow me, or you go find all my stuff on streamers. And then also, here's the homepage for streamers. You guys, I'll drop that in the chat as well. You just go set up if you need assets, if you're a content creator and you want like some overlays and stuff for your streams or whatnot. You can also go and see who the public members are. So like it's a lot of other content creators and people that upload assets and stuff like that. But there's so much more to this that's going to be happening in the future. So definitely get in on the ground level now before it completely explodes in probably the next year or so. But go check that out. You can find me at that streamers link, all my channels, all my links, all that stuff. Please hit the like, subscribe, follow, reshare, or repost, share, all that stuff. YouTube, Rumble, X, Blaze, Kick, Twitch sometimes I'll stream to, and then VP Zone, which I'll sometimes stream to as well. I'm in a lot of places, guys. Multi-streaming is the way to go.
Nice.
And then also remember, comics are good for you, and Seth Rogen sucks. And the reason why I say that is, well, if you're a fan of comics, you know why, because he just completely bastardized the Ninja Turtles, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that statement.
Yeah, it doesn't apply for everything necessarily. I mean, I don't know the man, but
It probably
at least on
does.
the surface, it probably
We could
does.
assume.
It probably does. I was trying to be polite for once, but I guess not. Yeah, no, Seth Rogen just sucks, everybody. And then over on Rumble, we're gonna raid over to Charlie Hornets and the Tryhards. They're playing some stuff. They're playing some games and whatnot. And then everybody else, y'all have a wonderful night. We're out of here.